Okay, welcome back to our discussion. We're in 5.6, which is polynomials. And so, again, there's no questions posted in the discussion for 5.5, 5.6, or 5.7 today, as of the day and time I'm filming this. So I'll do a couple in 5.6 that are worth mentioning. So let's dive into it. I'm going to start with one that's probably fairly easy. Let's just look at number 6 to begin, mostly because I want to explain something about number 7. But number 6 says find the leading coefficient and the degree of the polynomial, and we have 12x to the 6th minus 18x squared. The leading coefficient is always the coefficient on the term of the highest power, which is this x to the 6th term. So my leading coefficient is 12, and then the degree is that highest power, so 6. So my leading coefficient is 12, and my degree is the highest power of x, which is 6, right? I'm sure nobody needed help with that. But when you get to number 7, it gets a little weird, because number 7 says, do the same thing, find the leading coefficient and the degree of the polynomial, and then they give you a 4, right? And you might say that's not a polynomial, but it is. So the power here is 0, right? We can think of 4 as the same thing as 4 times x to the 0, because anything to the 0 is 1, provided that x isn't 0 itself. So my degree here is 0, and if I have a degree 0, I typically don't write the variable, right? That's why we just end up with that 4. The leading coefficient is the coefficient on the highest degree, and if that highest degree happens to be 0, that's still my leading coefficient. So leading coefficient, still 4, degree 0. I just thought that was worth mentioning. Let's look at, number 14. There's a few problems like this that they ask you to do. And it says multiply and then simplify, and so I have this x minus 2 gets multiplied by x squared plus 3x minus 2. And the multiplication is not terrible, it's just a distribution, so I would take x times x squared, that's x to the 3rd, x times 3x, that's 3x squared, x times minus 2 is minus 2x. Minus 2 multiplied by the x squared gives me minus 2x squared. Minus 2 times 3x is minus 6x. And then minus 2 times minus 2 is plus 4. Simplify, of course, and write it in descending order. So my highest power is x to the 3rd. There's nothing to combine with it, so it's just x to the 3rd. I have a 3x squared minus 2x squared, so that just gives me plus an x squared. And then I have a minus 2x and a minus 6x, so I can combine that to be minus 8x. And then just this plus 4. Right? And your answers look like this. When you look down and it says throw your answers here, it's got these little bubbles in front of the x to the 3rd plus, and then like a bubble in front of the x squared, right? You're just going to put those values in. So it's just next to the 3rd, so you'll input a 1. There's a 1 here, right? Make sure you put the 1s into the bubble. Into this bubble, I think it's a plus. It is. There's a plus and a bubble, but since this is minus 8, just put a negative 8 in that bubble, and then the last one is just a bubble, and you would just throw in your 4, right? So that's how your answer should look. It's just the coefficients in front of each of these terms, a 1, negative 8, and then a 4. Good. Hopefully this section didn't pose too much of a problem. I think it probably won't for most of you, but I'll see you guys for the next one.